Welcome to my channel. Today's video we're going to be learning how to make bar soap, how to make washing soap. So just sit down, relax and listen. Thank you so much guys, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to watch to the end. Please watch to the end.
Or for sale. It's a good business idea with high profit. You can start making it today to earn money. And now, without wasting too much of your time, let's get down to business. And now, to make this brown transparent laundry bar soap, also known as Kenu soap or Ghana brown soap, here are all the requirements. The first thing you need is a measuring scale, but if you don't have measuring scale, just tell them to measure your ingredients while getting it. And you start by measuring out your ingredients if you have your scale. So the number one ingredient I have here is sugar, and for the sugar, I'll be using 270 grams of sugar. And after that, go on and dissolve the sugar. To dissolve the sugar, we're going to be using 300 ml of water to dissolve the sugar. For this production, what we're making now is called sugar solution. And to make your sugar solution, you need to make sure that you properly dissolve your sugar into the water. And being that sugar takes a little time to completely dissolve or to properly dissolve, we need to start with the sugar. So measure out the sugar, pour it into your water, stir from time to time until it's properly dissolved, or you can just move on to the next and allow it to dissolve on its own. And after that, you can then go on and get your next ingredient. And for the second ingredient, I have tallow oil. I'll be using 1500 ml of tallow oil. This tallow oil is made with animal fat. You can make it on your own. I made this particular one myself. You can either produce your own tallow oil or you can buy it. Now, if you want to produce your own tallow oil, I have the video here in my channel. It's my previous video. So just go now and watch to learn how to make tallow oil. It's super easy and simple. All you need is animal fat. It can be any animal fat of your choice. So get your animal fat and make your tallow oil. And after measuring out your oil, at this stage, please make sure you're wearing your hand glove and your nose mask. It's very important. And after that, go on and measure out the third ingredient, which is caustic soda, also known as sodium hydroxide. And for this, I'll be using 300 grams of caustic soda. Please remember to wear your hand glove because caustic soda is highly corrosive. You wouldn't want it to touch your skin. Please be very safe when making your soap. And after measuring out your sodium hydroxide, go on and make your lye solution. Now, how to make your lye solution? All you need to do is to dissolve your caustic soda into your water. And now to dissolve 300 grams of caustic soda, I'll be using 750 ml of water. And this is how to make your lye solution. Go on and pour the caustic soda into the water. Please do not pour the water into the caustic soda. Remember, pour the caustic soda into the water and do not pour the water into your caustic soda. And immediately after that, gently stir it to properly dissolve the caustic soda before going to the next. Now, this is a little secret to get a transparent soap. When making your lye solution, properly stir to get a clear translucent color like this before adding it into your oil. The lye solution should be very hot, and we need it hot to make our soap batter. So immediately after that, pour it into the oil and stir it properly to completely mix the oil and get your soap batter. So please be very fast. We need it to be very hot. So while making your soap batter or while mixing the oil and your lye solution, you need to be very fast. And immediately after you make your soap batter and get something like this, go on and cover it and then allow the soap to gel. Now, what I mean by allowing the soap to gel is to allow the batter to heat up and to get a jelly texture and translucent color. And this should take about 25 to 30 minutes. So all you have to do is to cover it properly, leave it in a warm place to gel, or if you're making your soap during the daytime, you can place it outside where there is sun and allow it to gel. And after that, you should have something like this or something better than this. Now you can see the top of the soap was not properly gelled. please allow your soap to gel properly before adding the next ingredient. But I'll just go on and add the next ingredient. So please don't be like me, allow it to properly gel. And then go on and add the next ingredient, which is ethanol. And for the ethanol, I'll be using 750 ml of ethanol. Now, as you can see, the soap batter is in gel form now, and we need to dissolve it. So we're going to dissolve it with ethanol, and you're going to add the ethanol bit by bit. So when you add, you stir, you add, you stir until you add all the ethanol. But please be very fast and also stir it very well to dissolve the lumps and to also get a better result after production. So you're going to add the ethanol bit by bit. Please do not add it at once. It's very important that you add it bit by bit. So when you add, you stir, you add, you stir. I know why I'm repeating myself so that you can understand it well. And after adding the ethanol, go on and add the next ingredient, which is glycerin. And for the glycerin, I'll be using 150 ml of glycerin. The glycerin will also help to dissolve the lumps. So when you add, also make sure that you stir properly. So add and stir until you add all the glycerin, and you also need to be very fast. And after adding the glycerin, go on and add the sugar solution that we made earlier. And please make sure that the sugar is properly dissolved. And after that, please mix it very well after adding the sugar solution, and then cover it. Now, this is the reason you need to allow your soap to properly gel before adding the ingredients. You can see the heavy lumps in my soap, so please do not be like me. Allow your soap to properly gel before adding the ingredients, and after that, cover it and allow the remaining lumps to dissolve. Now, to do this, you can either allow it to dissolve on its own, or you can use a double boiling method, which is what I'm using here. All you have to do is to boil water with a saucepan on a very low heat, and then place the bowl in the saucepan and allow the soap to properly dissolve. And when it's done, it's going to look like this. Although my soap was not properly dissolved because my light was disturbing me and my camera kept glitching, and honestly at this point I was already frustrated, so I couldn't wait to get done with the video. I just had to go to the next process without allowing it to dissolve properly.